Hey, what's happening, everybody? My name is Marcello. This is my toy room. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Spider-Man Far From Home movie review. That's right. Today, we're gonna do a movie review recap of Spider-Man Far From Home. Took my family to see this movie. It was awesome. It's another MCU movie. I mean, what do you want me to say? That the movie is bad? I haven't had one MCU bad movie. And we're closing out the third chapter, right? The third phase, and we're gonna go into phase 4. So, man, I'm excited. Lots of spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, the movie is good. This is my review. It's 5 out of 5 Spider-Man's action figures over here. Just go see it. You're not gonna be disappointed. You saw it? You stay for the spoilers? Let's talk about it. Because it starts with my man, Nick Fury. Nick Fury, he is in Mexico. He is in Mexico with Mariah Hill. I'm going to put Princess Leia over here standing for Mariah Hill. And they're up in there investigating a wind that had a face and took over the whole town. This is the wind elemental. The wind elemental was there and destroyed the whole town. And they speak to the locals. They said the locals said that there was a face on it. We never got to see the wind element, but out comes the earth element, Sandman, out of nowhere. I don't have a Sandman over here, but he comes out of nowhere doing all of that, you know, craziness. And here comes to save the day, Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal, and he says something along the lines like, "You don't want any part of this," you know. And then he uses his superpowers, right, to, you know, stop the Sandman. And right in the day, he gets recruited by Nick Fury and Mariah Hill, and they start, you know, working together. Cut back to New York. You have Mr. Parker over here, and he's helping out Aunt May on a fundraiser for her homeless shelter. Guess what? With the snap, which the people now on the MCU that is not, you know, Avengers, they're not calling the snap, they're calling the blimp. When everybody got blimped out of existence and they came back in, like, people were on their houses and stuff. So there's people homeless, you know. And it was really funny. Like they explain about how, you know, some of them thought there was a mistress, some of them thought it was a ghost, you know. But Ant-Man is explaining everything. And there's a lot of questions, a lot of, you know, pressure on top of Peter because, you know, Peter, where is Peter? This little guy over here, you know, he is following the footsteps of Iron Man. Iron Man is gone, guys, you know, so what is he gonna do, right? So there's a lot of, you know, everywhere he goes, you see the picture of Iron Man. He goes to the rooftop. He just, you know, he just wants to go to this Euro trip with his friends so he can tell Mary Jane how he feels about her. That's what he wants to do. And so he goes to this Euro trip, right? There's a bit of Aunt May talking to him about, you know, his Peter tingle, you know, and he should take the suit, you know. But he ended up saying, no, I don't want to take the suit. And she ended up sneaking in the suit on his suitcase. And when he gets to the embassy, the embassy over there in Venice, is it Venice? Yeah, it's Venice. Gets upset because there's a banana on the suitcase and not the Spider-Man suit. Go figure. But when he gets there, he gets the regular Spidey suit, right? We're gonna put this guy over here. But he leaves the suit, you know, on the hotel, and here comes the water elemental, right? And I don't have a water elemental, but I do have Hydra Man. Oh yeah. So here comes Hydra Man over here going crazy, doing what it do. So here comes the water elemental doing all that destruction. Peter, this kid, he had forgotten his suit. So here comes Mysterio again to save the day, right? And then he saves everybody from the water elemental. You know, Peter's trying to help, say, hey man, I'm strong, I'm sticky. You know, what can I help? and he has like this mask going on because he doesn't have, you know, his suit, so he has like a Venetian mask going on, and Mysterio's just like, you know, hang tight, kid, you know, you're good, but, you know, just relax. And later on, Nick Fury finally gets a hold of Peter, right, by hijacking Ned in the middle of his conversation about his new girlfriend, and they find out that Mysterio is working already with Nick Fury, right, and he comes from another universe, and in this universe they had the Elementals who, you know, destroyed his universe, Earth 808, and he doesn't want it to happen to our Earth 616, who, if you read the comics, that's the main Marvel, you know, universe. So they recruit Peter, but Peter says, no, man, I'm over here. We're about to go to Paris. You know, I'm gonna tell MJ that I love her. So then what happens is they go, okay, Nick Fury, he hijacks it and takes them to Prague. And in Prague, they say that they will have a event to go, instead of going to this big party in the middle of the city where everybody's going, the Festival of Lights, I think, they're going to the opera, which is really boring. And they get him, this dude, the black suit. So now you have Mysterio working with Spider-Man in the black suit, and here comes Molten Man, and Molten Man is havocing the city. Now, I love how this action figure is a nice little action figure, but in reality it was huge. It was a huge monster, and the more fire that he burned and he gets metal, the bigger he grows. And the whole thing is like, you don't want it to get to the core of Earth, because if it does, then if it gets to the Earth's core, it's just going to engulf it. So Mysterio, you know, at one point turns to Peter and says something along the lines, whatever happened, kids, you know, I'm just happy I met you. And he self-sacrificed to kill Molten Man all the way in, and he ended up killing him. He kills Molten Man. Now, in the midst of this, one of the things falls down from Molten Man, and MJ picks it up and puts it in her bag, so that's good to keep in mind later on. But we find out that Mysterio doesn't die. He kills Molten Man. He is the hero, and now he gets to hang out with Spider-Man in a bar, and Spider-Man is showing him his glasses that he got. Now, you know, Peter, he doesn't need no glasses because he's Spider-Man. He can see it all, but these glasses is Edith. Even that I'm the hero, it's Tony Stark's Iron Man last gift that he gave to Peter. And with his glasses, he has control of all the Stark industry. And, you know, he said, well, maybe he meant for me to choose the next Iron Man, and I'm gonna choose you, Mysterio, to be Iron Man. And he gives the glasses to him, and we figure out the truth, that Mysterio is the bad guy. All of the Elementals that were out there, they were just holograms. They were just that barf, bio-argumented reality. I forgot what it was from Civil War. That's where he was, because Jake Gyllenhaal's character, Mysterio, Quentin Beck, worked for Tony Stark now. And he worked on the barf system and all those things. So he wants revenge. So he's creating all these Avengers threat levels so he can become the new superhero. It's a really twist, you know, it's a really nice twist from what it was, you know, him in the comics, and you know what he tended to be. He's saying that he's from the multiverse. I still believe that the multiverse exists. I just don't know, you know, what's up. So anyway, after Peter gave him the glasses, right, and he figured out about, you know, we figured out that he is only using computer generated drones with augmented reality and holograms. We see Peter hanging out with Mary Jane, right? Let's use here, this is a red hat that I have. So Peter's hanging out with Mary Jane, and Mary Jane ended up giving him the piece of the hologram. And she's like, you're Spider-Man, right? She figures out that he's Spider-Man. I don't remember how that piece ended up falling from her backpack, but when it does, he could see the holograms of the Elementals and Mysterio coming in, swooping in and doing his thing. So Peter figures it out that Mysterio is bad with the help of MJ, and he's like, and I gave him the glasses. So now, you know, he's going to, you know, he has everything to kill the world. You know, he's the ultimate bad guy with, you know, all of Stark Tower Industries, all of these Stark Industries behind, you know, his disposal. So now, Mysterio told him that he was going to Germany. So now Peter goes all the way to Germany to see if he can stop him. And when he does, he gets over there. It's crazy. We find out that everything is computer generated and it's fake. It's an illusion. But when we get there, we think that Germany is actual Germany. It's actually Nick Fury picked him up from the airport and everything. It's not. It's all an illusion. It's an illusion within an illusion within an illusion. It's so much Inception, 3 levels deep, that you're gonna have to watch the movie to see this part. I cannot explain to you. All that I know is at the end, he figured out that Mysterio is not Nick Fury, but he told that Ned and Mary Jane know that he is the bad guy. So he said, now I'm gonna have to kill your friends. And all of a sudden, there's a train coming, and then there's a train coming, and then, you know, we think that he kills Spider-Man. Of course not. He ends it up later on calling Happy for, you know, for him to pick him over. And Mysterio, he's actually going to London because that's where the real Nick Fury is. And he wants in London to get a bigger enough threat, way bigger, a mix between like Molten Man and like the air elemental or something like that. So he can be, you know, like an Avenger threat level. So with Edith, he gets all of these drones, and all of these drones he put together with the projectors, and he makes this huge monster. But with the help of Happy, here comes Spider-Man now with his new suit. It's not gold, is it? No, it's just a new suit that he has that he made. So he got his suit coming in, and he swoops in. This is the suit that has the flying. If you've seen the commercial, the flying ability, and he flies right in Molten Man, and then he just starts destroying the stuff from inside because his nose is fake. And after he destroyed the stuff with Molten Man, he gets to battle Mysterio. And when he battles Mysterio, that's when Mysterio does another illusion battle with Spider-Man. All of those, they're so great, man. You know, because you don't know what's going on, right? It's reminiscent to when Professor X have a battle with Apocalypse on X-Men Apocalypse movie, but it's way better. It's way better. Mysterio does a much better fight with Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, in the end, he uses his spider tingle to destroy Mysterio. And here's the thing, I'm gonna say that I don't know if Mysterio died or not. I think he's not dead. I think he's faked his death, and he's gonna come back later on because it's Jake Gyllenhaal, man. He has to come back for another movie, you know, with the Sinister Six and everything. Spider-Man gets out of there. He's able to have his final happy ending with MJ. You know, he saved the day. There was no threat like the elementals. They were just, you know, all fakery. But by the time that he gets home, right, and we get to see the, you know, mid credits and the post credits, you know, in the mid credits we get to figure it out that Mysterio lied. He created a contingency plan revealing to the world who Peter Parker is, and is none other than J. Jonah Jameson himself coming back to the MCU, and is the same actor, which right now I'm drawing a blank on the actor's name, but he comes back, and you know, he is now sort of a blogger, you know, for online instead of being the Daily Bugle, you know, the newspaper, which makes sense. And he is siding with Mysterio being a hero and with Peter Parker being a bad guy. Go figure, right? So it was really good. It was really cool seeing J. Jonah Jameson again. But now everybody knows who Peter Parker is. So what's gonna happen on the next movie? I have no clue. We also get to know that Nick Fury was a Skrull this whole time, man. It was a Skrull. It was Talos that took the place for him, while Nick Fury is actually what we believe to be Sword. Instead of Shield, now they're up in Sword, right? So, I don't know. I think that for the next movie, since everybody knows that Peter Parker is who he is, I think that this guy over here, let me show it to you. I believe that Kraven is gonna show up to hunt Peter Parker. I think that's what the next movie is gonna be all about. I don't know, but I think that's what it is. And then later on, with Kraven, with the Shocker, with Mysterio, with the Vulture, with Scorpion, and I'm missing one, the Prowler. Maybe we'll have our Sinister Six. I don't know. I don't know what's the deal with Sony and MCU, right? If they're gonna make $1 billion and the movie's gonna keep going or not, I don't know. But what I can say is that this movie was awesome. I only saw it once. I want to go see it again. I like the twist of, you know, how Mysterio lied about the multiverse and all those stuff. I mean, it fooled me, you know. I really like the black suit, the black monkey. Was it black monkey? No, spider monkey. Spider monkey suit. It was a really cool movie, guys. If you did get the chance to see this movie, leave a comment down below, tell me what you like it. And if you like the review that I did over here, or if you like the toys that you see, click on that like button. And if you haven't done so, click subscribe. Thank you everybody who already subscribed to the channel. If you subscribe though, click on the bell so you can get the notifications when a new video comes in. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.